Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on March the 4th, 2020. Biden becomes the main challenger to Sanders. A candidate, Joe Biden, caught momentum to win Texas and 8 other states, while Bernie Sanders was leading in Super Tuesday's biggest race in California, setting up one-on-one battle for the Democratic presidential nomination. In a surprisingly strong showing, Biden rolled to victories across the South, Midwest, and New England on the biggest day of voting in the Democratic campaign. Americans in 14 states cast ballots for a challenger to Republican President Donald Trump in the November 3rd election. On the other hand, Sanders, who had hoped to take a big step toward the nomination on Tuesday, won Colorado, Utah, and his home state, Vermont. Biden's blowout win in South Carolina on Saturday provided a burst of new momentum, fueling a wave of endorsement from elected Democratic officials and former presidential rivals, including Pete Buttigieg, a former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. Global stocks try to hold positions amid rate cut. Global shares struggled to hold their ground on Wednesday as an emergency interest rate cut from the U.S. Federal Reserve seemed to escalate fears over the coronavirus's widening global economic fallout. The unexpected 50 basis point cut came with comments highlighting both the scale of the challenge and the limits of monetary policy. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose only 0.2%. European futures pointed to a steady open, with FTSE futures was flat and Eurostoxx 50 futures climbed 0.3%. Meanwhile, after Wall Street tumbled overnight, futures for the S&P 500 rose 1.4% on the resurgent performance of Joe Biden in Democratic Party primaries. India allows banks to use cryptocurrency. India's Supreme Court on Wednesday allowed banks to handle cryptocurrency transactions from exchanges and traders, overturning a ban on such dealings by the central bank. Earlier in April 2018, the Reserve Bank of India had ordered financial institutions to break off all ties with individuals or businesses dealing in virtual currency such as Bitcoin within 3 months. The ban led to plummeting trade volumes and exchanges shutting their businesses. Besides lifting the ban, India's government-appointed committee had also recommended considering the launch of an officially baked digital currency for use in the country, which can function like banknotes and be regulated by the central bank. Brazilian marketplace OLX buys Grupo Zap. Online marketplace OLX Brazil has agreed to buy competitor Grupo Zap for 2.9 billion reais, $642 million, forming a leading Brazilian player in digital real estate advertising, OLX and its European owner said. By combining their operations, rapidly growing OLX and Zap can slash costs and boost earnings margins while providing a broader range of services to the online real estate market, companies added. The all-cash transaction, which requires approval from Brazil's CADE antitrust agency, will be equally funded by OLX's owners, Norway's Adevinta ASA and Dutch-listed Prosus NV. The deal, is approved, is expected to close in the second half of 2020.